edgy boiler, sharps inside. Be careful you don't cut yourself with all that fucking edge.
Hey guys, it's your boy Midwest EDH, and I have a joke for you. What do you get when you cross my love for artifacts and mana rocks? I'll tell you what you get. You get what you fucking deserve! And that's a Karn EDH deck tech. So, we're going to talk about my Karn deck. This is one of my favorite EDH decks because of how it's not like my other decks. So we have Karn Silver Golem. Karn Silver Golem is for 5 mana. He's a 4/4. When he becomes blocked, he gets -4/+4 until end of turn. I can pay 1 and I can turn target non-artifact creature into an artifact where its toughness is its converted mana cost. I once won a game where I beat someone with somebody had 3 life down, and I killed them with a Darksteel Ingot. So I thought that was really funny. So cards like, we're going to do creatures first, and then I'm going to do my 1 sorcery. So other creatures, Steel Hellkite. Steel Hellkite is, he's a decent flyer. I'm going to put all the cards in this angle here. You guys know what I'm doing. Also for X, when he deals combat damage, I can pay X and destroy, whatever. Like tokens, anything of converted mana cost. Duplicate is a good removal card. Junk Trawler is going to help me remove artifacts. Void Widower, or You Can't Even, so that's just going to slow people down. Steel Overseer is a pretty good card for this because I just keep tapping it and putting, counters on my artifact creatures. Shimmer Mirror is going to give all my artifacts flash, which is very important when you don't have any instants and sorceries. Well, you have 1 sorcery, but you don't have any instants in this deck. Platinum Angel, which is pretty great because then I can just not lose. The Weatherlight for flavor. Just for flavor, and also I can get a historic card. And most of the cards in this deck are considered historic because they're all artifacts, except 6 Eldrazi. Kozilek, Butcher of Truth. If I can get him out, I get to draw 4 cards. He's got Annihilator 4. When he gets into my graveyard, I just shuffle my graveyard into my deck. So that's pretty cool for protecting myself from milling. Worm Coil Engine. That's pretty fun. I really like Worm Coil Engine. Arcbound Ravager. Okay, so my friend Travis gave me this one for my birthday. A really shiny Arcbound Ravager. Thank you, Travis. I appreciate you. Arcbound Reclaimer. I can remove the counter and put an artifact from my graveyard on top of my library. Hangerback Walker. Okay, I changed my Hangerback Walker to Mechagodzilla because, why not? Why not? Core 2021 has some really awesome alternate arts, and I got the Solemn Symbol Sad Robot, and I really like the alt art of Sad Robot. I know you're gonna ask, Kyle, how many basic lands do you run? Probably 6 basic lands. They're all wastes. Foundry Expector, makes all my artifacts cost 1 less, which is, I want to get all my things down so I can play them. I once played a game where I only had 3 mana, but everything else was mana rocks. Kozilek, the Great Distortion. I can counter things, which is pretty cool. Lowstone Golem. Lowstone Golem, you know, slows other people down. Like, I want to slow people down. Etch Champion. I can buff Etch Champion, and he gets protection from all colors as long as you control, like, if you have Metalcraft up. You're going to have Metalcraft up, I promise you. Thoptery Assembly. You're just going to crap out a bunch of tokens, which is pretty cool. Platinum Imperium. Your life total can't change. That one's a pretty fun card to play. Oblivion Sower, you can just take things, when you cast Oblivion Sower, target player exiles. You get pretty much like all their lands, which is pretty good. I like that. Soul of New Phyrexia is another good card too, because you know you can pay 5 permanents you control, gain indestructible until end of turn, so like you can protect yourself from a board wipe. A Conduit of Ruin is another good thing that makes my artifacts cost, my artifact creature spells cost cheaper. Krog, Traxos, Scourge of Krog. This guy is pretty great. So he comes into play tapped, and he doesn't untap during your next end step. But whenever you cast your artifact, he untaps. So he pretty much basically has pseudo vigilance. Blightsteel Colossus, just a big beefy boy with Trample and Infect. He's pretty great. Voltaic Servant can untap my mana rocks that I need untapping, or an artifact that I want untapped. Stonecoil Serpent. This is from Throne of Eldraine, and it's an X spell. Reach, Trample, protection from multicolored creatures. And it enters the battlefield with X 1/1 counters on it. It's pretty great. I really like this card. Scrap Trawler, I can get an artifact for my graveyard if an artifact was destroyed. Mycosynth Golem does a lot of work this turn. Like, Mycosynth Golem does so much work in the game. Like, as soon as I get it out, like, all creature spells you control have affinity for artifacts, so I can just drop shit down for free, which is pretty great. Metal Worker, again, like, you know, if I don't have a lot of mana, I have a Metal Worker. And having a Metal Worker on the field, and I can just tap it, reveal my hand, 9 times out of 10 I have artifacts. 9 times out of 10 I have artifacts, so that does a lot of work for me. Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, is another really good card to get out on the field. My other favorite one, and this has actually got reprinted in Jumpstart, and that's Scarecrow, because I can pay for a return target artifact card from my graveyard to play, which is pretty great. So those are all the artifact creatures. Technically speaking, this is a very creature-heavy deck, because everything can potentially be a creature. So now we're going to move to Mana Rocks. So for Mana Rocks, I have Soul Ring, obviously. I have Mana Vault, Darksteel Ingot, Worn Power Stone, Dreamstone Hedron, Thran Dynamo, Basalt Monolith, and that's pretty much it. I wanted to put a Mana Crypt in it, but I have the Mana Crypt set aside, so in case I get 1,000 subs, so then I can, you know, give that to you guys. Now we're going to move to... This is just low quality content, my guys. I just woke up. So, for artifacts, I have Panharmonicon. I have a lot of things that have enter the battlefield effects, and I want to duplicate that as much as possible. Mind's Eye is going to get me card draw, and I need that. Like, whenever an opponent draws a card, I may pay 1, and then I get to draw a card, which is pretty great. Nim Deathmantle does a lot of work in this deck. Like, I don't get to do, like, the infinite combos, but, like, it does give +3/+3. I mean, +2/+2, and Intimidate, and is a black zombie. And whenever a non-token creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, you may pay 4. If you do, return that card to the battlefield and attach Nim Death Mantle to it, and that's pretty great too. Cloudstone Key. Cloudstone Key is going to choose. I'm going to choose artifacts all the time, and they're going to be cheaper. Oblivion Stone as like, you know, kind of a board wipe. If you played Tron, you know, you can kind of see like this is kind of like Diet Tron. This is like Tron for EDH if EDH had a meta, which it doesn't, which is great. Let's keep it that way. Thran Temporal Gateway. This is from Dominaria. You may pay for and then tap it. You may put a historic permanent card from your hand into the battlefield, which is pretty great. Like, I have a lot of artifacts, so most things are historic. Or I could even get, like, you know, I could pay 4 for Kozilek or Ulamog. Colonation Relic. That should be in the Mana Rock category. Swiftfoot Boots. You know, I'm going to give Karn or something Hexproof and Haste. Akroma's Memorial. What I like about Akroma's Memorial in this Karn deck is essentially I can turn Akroma's Memorial into Akroma, because then it's a 7/7 with flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, and protection from black and red. That's pretty great. Darksteel Forge. I want to make sure like my artifacts are all indestructible. Blink Moth Urn. Like I said, that's gonna be I think that should be more of a Mana Rock thing. I'm going to put that in the Mana Rock section because at the beginning of your upkeep, everyone's upkeep, they get mana for each for each artifact they control. Unwinding Clock. I can pretty much get a lot of shit with a lot of value with Unwinding Clock. I really like this card. Planar Portal. Search your library for a card and then put that card in your hand. So it's like, it costs 6, and then to do the Planar Portal thing costs 6. So, God Pharaoh's Statue. Spells your opponent's cast cost 2 more to cast. That's really good in Commander. Like, maybe not in late game, but that's going to slow people down. Koldathar Forge Master. Oh, that's a creature. What the hell? I thought this, you know, okay, Kyle, you're slipping. Sacrifice 3 artifacts, search your library for an artifact, and then put that into the battlefield. Like, this is going to give me my value. Never Null's Disc, another board wipe. Temple Bell to get people to draw, and then I also want to draw. Michael Synthlatus and Karn. I'm going to destroy every land when that is on the field together. Vidalcan Orrery. Vidalcan Orrery is actually a pretty great card because, like, it's going to give everything flash. So that means I can play my artifacts at instant speed, which is very important. Semblance Anvil, it has imprint, and when Semblance Anvil enters the battlefield, you may exile a non-land card from your hand. Spells you control that share the card type with Exalted card costs 2 less, so I do artifact or an artifact creature, and like creatures and artifacts are going to cost 2 less. Panharmonicon. Panharmonicon's a great card. It's going to double effects. Oh wait, that's it. That's it for all the. I just want to talk about how great Panharmonicon is again. We're gonna move to instants and sorceries. And there's only, there's no instance in this deck. There's one sorcery. And that is All Is Dust. I know, it's really exciting. But, okay, so for Planeswalkers. And for Planeswalkers, I have Ugin the Inevitable. He's going to make all my colorless spells cost 2 less, and he does some other cool shit. Ugin the Spirit Dragon, and I got a pretty full art one. Karn, Scion of Urza. I know Karn, like this one, I love it. Karn the Great Creator. And Karn Liberated. I know everyone says that Karn, the Great Creator, like, you can't, like, do a wish thing, and that's fine. I just do it as, like, a backup Karn. Also, because, like, this is a Karn deck. So, for lands, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I have 4 basic wastelands. I have a Temple of the False God, Nephilah Academy, Gaia Reach Sanitarium, that's going to help. Each player is going to draw and discard a card. Zolfarian Void, a Phyrexian Core. I have the Urza lands. A Mirrored Landscape, Haunted Gurneth? Yeah. Shrine of the Forsaken Gods. Buried Runes, I get to sacrifice Buried Runes and return an artifact from my graveyard to my hand. Ancient Tomb, a Rashadan Port. Make it Miracoko, Center of the Sea. That's another one that, like, I get to pay to and tap it. Each player gets to draw a card. An Eldrazi Temple, because I do have some Eldrazi in the deck. Field of Ruin, Mage Ring Network. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Homeward Path is another really good one. Mirror Pool, Darksteel Citadel, Ghost Quarter, Karn's Bastion. Karn's Bastion is actually really fun because, like, I do have some things that do counters. Reliquary Tower, Crystal Vein, Scorched Ruins, Seagate Wreckage, Rogue's Passage, Inventor's Fair, Detection Tower, Mishra's Factory. So, this is my Karn EDH deck tech, and let me know what you guys think about it. I think that out of all my commander decks, this one was the most fun to build because artifacts are my favorite type. And from a lore perspective, Karn is one of my favorite characters because he's been around since, like, Urza Saga. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys would do differently. Let me know if there's some things that I should try. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys have an awesome day today. And I hope you guys like the video. I hope you share the video. I really want your guys' input. I'm also still looking for people to do some Midwestern goodbyes for me so I can put that at the end of my videos. Anyways, I hope you have a good day, guys. That's your Midwestern goodbye. And later, bud. Bye.